Good afternoon. This is Nick Mosley, UTCID KHY111. This is going to be problem for the game. So it's going to be the implementation of the hangman function, which previously provided here with a single parameter of the secret word here. So essentially, we're just going to be running through the three prior functions to, play hangman here. And so quick definitions that I threw up top here. We're going to throw an empty array set, which will essentially just be checking all the letters that the user inputs. It'll be thrown in here and then utilized by these functions to see if, the user is right or wrong. Per the prompt, we were given 8 tries, 8 lives. To guess the letters, to guess the correct letters. And of course, if user guesses a 1 to infinity times and it's incorrect, they only lose 1 life there, or 1 try, 1 attempt. And so what we're trying to do here for the user, we're going to hit print. You are playing hangman to let them know they are playing hangman. Your word has the length of the secret word letters in it. So essentially, if it's apple, it would count all the characters in that, which obviously has 5. And so it would say your word has 5 letters in it. And then hop into a new line. I put in these line breaks just to kind of break up the program. Again, just more for like clarity's sake, for my own peace of mind. There, I didn't want anything too like frenetic in there. So essentially, it'll give them that prompt. And then from there, the game is going to be run in a while loop. So while, tries is greater than 0, which it's initialized at 8, so it would move to the next line. It's going to print the current letters available, which is going to call back to the function that we had previously taken or defined rather. Right now we've got an empty array, so all the available letters, nothing would have been taken out here, is gonna spit that out. So essentially, it'll say current letters available and it'll list A through Z there. Again, gonna skip a line, and it's gonna let the user know how many attempts that they have remaining, which of course, initializing the game, they have 8 attempts remaining, which is some good luck. And then from there, that's when they'll take over the game here, so to speak. Set a variable user choice to get the input. So we're asking them to guess a letter. And so from there, didn't want to delineate whether it's upper or lowercase. Even numbers, if you input, I mean, it just won't really, it won't throw like an error or anything. It'll just put the previously guessed input is what it'll default to. But as far as upper or lower, no matter if they put upper or lowercase, it's going to default to lower with this little line right here. And then so once the user makes a guess there, if it's not already initialized in the guess array, which at this point, it would not be, it's going to go ahead and append or add that letter to, the guess array based on the user input here. And so if they guessed a letter that had previously been added, so like for whatever reason, they guessed apple, the word was apple, and they guessed A twice. It would take the A on the first go round, input it to show the user A underscore 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 underscore. I think that's correct. On the second go round, it would just say previously guessed input, and then show the A underscore underscore, so on and so forth. It wouldn't decrement their tries or their attempts there, so it would continue on. And then so it would read to see if the user choice is in the secret word, it's going to print you got da da da. So essentially that word, so it'll say like, hey, this is the correct whatever. So if it's apple, again, A underscore underscore underscore. And then if they, APLE, they input that, it'll read that. And the word is guessed, this counter, or that's not right. Yeah, the is word guessed function here, that counter would have gone up to five here in this case, four different characters, or excuse me, four different letters, five different characters, which would make that equal. So it would return true. And then they would get this wonderful little lucky guess. And so that would break it into the game there. Um, excuse me, if they were AP and then it would be at APP underscore underscore, they would continue on. Tries would still be at 8 in this example. Um, show all the letters available, which A and P would no longer be available. So you would get B through O and then O, P, Q through Z. There we go. 8 tries remaining. Ask it for another letter and then go through this loop again. So essentially, you know, if they guess something, not the A or the P, if they guessed an S, which isn't an apple, it's still going to throw it up into the guess array. So we would have A, P, and S up in here. And then, so, it's a new one. So we wouldn't go here. It's also not in the secret word. So we would go down here and it would decrement the tries. So tries would be now redefined at, well, not read, well, kind of redefined. But instead of 8, it would go down to 7. It would print, hey, previous save. This is what you were at. It's going to skip an extra line, just again for clarity's sake there. And then you would come up here. It's going to skip this because it's outside of the while loop. And then current letters available. It would let you know what you've got available there. And then, it would say you currently have 7 tries remaining. And then so on and so forth. You're just wrong all the time for at least 8 times. It's going to throw you to this else loop. It's going to go out of guesses. Correct word was, and whatever that secret word was. And so let's run this, see if that works. And so, yeah, please guess a letter here, prompting me for that initial letter there. Loading the word list from the file there, letting you know. So you are playing Hangman. Word has 5 letters in it. Wonder what the odds are that it's Apple. Current letters available shows A through Z here. Currently have 8 attempts remaining. Good luck. So let's see what if it says A. And cool. So yeah, I was right. So not Apple, but yeah, so you can see yeah, it's 5 letters. Second letter is going to be A. Let's put in A, see what it happens. So yeah, hey, please guess the letter. Previously guessed inputs because that was what was correct, and you'll see nothing else was decremented. Still have 8 attempts remaining. Let's see if I put in, yeah, so incorrect because put in 2. Let's try CFO score. And then so that is incorrect. And then you'll see this O is gone from here. So let's just toss some letters, see what happens when I lose the game. And then I think that is about it. So yeah, as you can see, like 5 attempts remaining. Please guess the letter. Guessed R. 4 attempts remaining. Let's go ahead and guess R again, see what happens. Previously guessed. Still have 4 attempts remaining because it was a duplicate. So let's do J. Incorrect. All right, so E is correct. So let's see what we've got. P, incorrect. Oh, I already guessed that. So let's speed this along. T, oh, I've already guessed. I guess I can look at that while I'm guessing the second one's incorrect. All right, let's see what the word was. Correct word was saved. So should have been a hint there, but didn't take it. But yeah, essentially out of guesses, the correct word was saved is what it will show. And yeah, that is the Hangman in action. And so yeah, I'll get this uploaded and thank you so much. You have a great day.